Hey, I just read an article from Casey Eberhardt you need to get your hands on about that there's no bad deals, just bad offers. And what he talks about is a story he heard of someone who said, basically that he talked to a client, or maybe Casey's talked to a client, and you get to the end of the presentation and they say they just don't have the money. And that's like the go-to standby American cop out that I don't want to buy the product. But basically what the truth is that it's not that they don't have the money. I mean, some people might not have the money right then. It doesn't mean they can't come up with the money. It just means that they don't see the value. So when somebody says to you, I don't have the money, what you need to hear is that you didn't show, this is what you should hear them coming out of their mouth, right? Their mouth saying, I don't have the money. What really you should hear is, you didn't show me why this value is more than the money you're asking me for. So if you're asking them for $400 or $500 or whatever it is, what they're saying is, you didn't show me anything that felt like it was worth more than $400. If you did, they would get out their money because it would feel like a great deal, right? I mean, if someone pulled into your driveway with your dream sports car and said, or let's say they came to your front door and they said, hey, do you got $2,000 for these Girl Scout cookies? And you're like, no, I don't have $2,000. I don't have the money right now for $2,000 Girl Scout cookies. But they pulled into the driveway with your dream sports car and said, hey, I'll exchange this. You got $2,000 straight up. We'll make an exchange. If you didn't have the $2,000 right there, you'd be going down to the bank, calling your grandma, doing whatever you got to do to come up with the money because the value seems so high. It's your job to communicate value. If you want to see the god of communicating value, I mean, this guy is by far and away kicking everybody's pants just across the world, is Steve Jobs. I mean, they just came out with a new iPod, and he'll sell, the amount of money they'll make from just one product will super exceed what most companies bring in for a whole year. And they'll do that probably in the first day with pre-orders. It's insane because the guy's a genius at communicating value and letting your mind run wild with the possibilities. If you had this product, what could you do? It's so big you can't even wrap your brain around it. If you're giving people an offer that's so finite that they can see the boundaries and go, well, here it is, and here's the end, and pretty much got it figured out, then that's finite. It runs out. They're not excited about that. So great post, Casey. I encourage you to read what he's got to say and realize that it's your job to be a great communicator of value. If you don't know how to do it, first of all, watch some of Steve Jobs stuff. I mean, the guy's simple. Black shirt, half turtleneck, big screen, and he's talking, and he's kind of quirky, but man, does it work. And then get around people who are good at communicating the value, and Casey Eberhardt's one of them. Thanks, bud.